Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 RTG career mode here with Stoke City. We're back today and we've got loads to crack on with. We're through the summer transfer window and we're into sloggy season, so there's going to be loads of games coming up today. Starting off with a big one away at Goodison Park as we take on David Moyes' Toffees. Come on the Potters. Yeah, we obviously ended the previous episode with that big win against Manchester United at home at the Britannia. It was Ori Oskarsson who got a hat-trick to secure the victory, and we managed to hold on after United looked to fight back at the end of the game. But it's a big save by Bilal as we are holding on here, and my goodness, that could have gone anywhere. Oh, Decore's away. He finds Janssen. He's already been denied once by Bilal. Now Tim, lovely reverse ball. Janssen not going to miss that time. Iliman and Dye dispossessed by Kata. That's great work by the Hungarian. Now Million can bring it forward. Steps away. Million forward to Moran. Oskarsson in the middle. We nearly caught the keeper out. And again as Ledesma makes the double save. Corner for Everton here. Leon Bailey to take into the near post, but cleared away. And Moran does really well. And the break's on. Oskarsson finds Mihaly and Kata. Kata going all the way, angled a bit tight, but Kata gets us back on level terms. Well, 10 to play. Is somebody going to win this? Danjuma. Great run by Galbraith ahead of him off the bench. Galbraith swings across in. Awonyi, big save. Straight down his throat, but he still had to be there. And Ledesma does well to get gloves on it. Great chance for Taiwo. Maybe didn't have to go for the acrobatic as Awonyi puts this one wide. And had two golden chances to win the game for Stoke. But that will do it. It's going to end all square. It's a decent point on the road. And a goal down as well. Kata rescues us a point. But we so nearly won it late on through Awonyi. Well, as we head into the international break, Stoke City sat in 9th. And it's been a really, really good start. We're only 3 points off the top 4. But at the same time, we're only 2 points off the bottom 3. So it's really tight and congested in the middle of the table. We got the international break, as I say, coming up now. But before we head into our next game, we will have our next batch of scouting updates. Yeah, we got 3 really good looking English players here, especially David Sanderson. I'm not sure if we were scouting him last month or not, but I'm going to keep the scouting on all 3 of these guys for 1 more month. And again, some really good defensive players from Ecuador. And I think I am going to give a pro deal to Mateo Sepulveda. Don't want to see him going anywhere as he looks absolutely fantastic. And from Tonga, nobody quite making the cut just yet, but we'll keep the scouting on these 3 lads here. Sepulveda looking really, really solid in the academy. And a new addition to the 4 that we already had. But anyway, jumping into our next game. As I say, loads of games to get through. So just going to keep them rolling. Taking on Tottenham back at home at the Britannia, where, as I mentioned in our previous game, we did defeat Manchester United. So hoping for another big scalp here. Come on, the Potters. Oh no, not like that. Oh my god, how unlucky is that? Rafinha down the right hand side, causing me some issues today. Rafinha inside to Nunez, and that's a huge save from Bilal. And that will do it for the first half. It's been all Spurs, to be fair. We've not really posed any threat. Leading by 1 at the break, but could so easily have been 2. Bilal out to Million, who wins his header, and Kabore gives it back to Million. Space to drive into. Van der Ven comes across. There's Oskarsson, and he's put it wide. Still not really created too much other than that chance for Oskarsson as Bassi clears that off the line. And there could be a chance on the break here. Bay through the gap for Boz. Boz straight at the keeper. And Spurs will clear. Just ran out of legs at the end there, the Aussie. Shaqiri pinches it. Maybe one last chance. Bay. We've looked slightly better in these final stages. Bay. Bay! Oh my word! The skipper! Finally, he's arrived in the Premier League. And out of nowhere, Stoke rescue a point. Wow, man. Literally the last kick of the game. And it's that man, the skipper, been waiting for his moment. And finally it arrives. That is an absolute thunderbolt by Bay. Right into the top corner. No chance for the Frenchman Chevalier. And it's another draw for Stoke City. But what resilience to fight back and claim a point. Well, it was a tale of two South Koreans in the previous game. Heung-min Son maybe handing the torch over to Bay as a future South Korea captain. He's captain here, and that's what we need from him on a more regular basis. But it's so tight in the Premier League at the moment. You've got, I think, 7 teams on 7 points. We're just above that on 9, but it is so tight. We've had 6 draws in our opening 8 games, but I'm hoping we're going to get our second win here. Travelling to Ellen Road against our old rivals Leeds United. We've not faced them since season 1 when they gave us that absolute tonking. Come on, the Potters. Well, some bad news here as we head into the break. Ashley Phillips is done for. He's absolutely done. He's going to have to come off the pitch. And we just went close a moment ago, and from the resulting corner, well, it's actually on the landing. He lands a bit awkwardly and is going to have to be substituted. I'm hoping that's not going to be an ACL, but it could potentially be a 3 or 4 month layoff for the central defender. Ramazani out wide on the left. Gets inside Henderson too easily. Aronson. Oh, Aronson, no, not another unlucky goal. What a save, Bilal. Linton gets there. Too quick for those Leeds players. And Oscarson round the corner for Danjuma. Danjuma, oh, it's a poor finish. And he really should have scored. And now Oscarson can't get there. And that might be the final chance of the game. Danjuma off the bench. He's got 1 goal this season, which came at home against Forest, but he really should have made it 2 there. But hit it straight at the keeper. Not a terrible result, but another draw. No surprises there. Stoke City, the draw kings. And we're still waiting for our second win of the season in the league. Well, we remain in mid-table, but some bad news after the game as we see Diomande is out for 3 months with a broken toe. And Ashley Phillips also out for 4 months with an MCL. So 2 of our real key players to start off the season, both going down in the same game and both out for the long term. Well, we'll have to soldier on without those 2 for the time being, and taking on another of those sides in and around us in the Premier League. Also newly promoted Sheffield United sat on 10 points alongside us in the Premier League. So would love to get our second win of the season here after 7 draws in our opening 9. Come on, the Potters. Cooper, not a very good kick. Oscarson does well. And Million back to Oscarson, goes for the dink, and Cooper recovers to tip it over the top. It's been a pretty poor game so far, but we've had the better of it. Corner goes short. Moran floats it in for Darling, who couldn't quite get up. Well, we had a terrible 0-0 with the Blades last year when we were in the Championship, and I honestly don't think they're that good. They're here for the taking today, boys. If we can just nick that goal as Oscarson, did he stay onside? Oscarson looks for Million in the middle, and Henderson knocks it down for Danjuma. His shot blocked, and Henderson runs into trouble. I honestly don't think the Blades are all that. This win is here for the taking. Now Danjuma holds it up nicely, waits for the run of Bash. Go on, Bash. 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 Oh, it's gone in. Bashir Humphreys forces it across the line. Tried to beat Cooper at the near post, and I think it bounced back off the keeper On to Bashir Humphreys and into the back of the net. Great overlapping run from the defender. And he gets a bit of fortune. Questionable handball. I think VAR might have taken a look at it. Oh, yes. He punches it into the net. Cannon. Is he onside? Cannon. Oh, my word. What a strike by Tom Cannon. And he has a habit of scoring against me. And I was just about to say, we've got a habit of conceding goals when we go ahead in games. And straight from kickoff almost. Oh, it's a great strike by Cannon. No chance for Bilal. But the Blades are level after offering nothing for 80 minutes. Well, that's going to do it as well. Such a frustrating draw that, because the Blades offered absolutely nothing for 80 minutes. And then the one chance they get, as I say, it's a great finish by Tom Cannon. But they literally offered nothing all game. And we fought tooth and nail to get our goal. Yes, it was a bit fortunate, but we finally get it and then straight away concede down the other end. So frustrating, and that one feels like 2 points dropped. Yeah, as I say, really frustrating result that. But as we get back to the menu, we see Vinny Jr. winning the Ballon d'Or. And we've also got our next 3 scouting updates from England, Ecuador and Tonga. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, these 3 from England still looking really good. But as we've got so many good attackers, I can be a bit more selective. So I'm just going to keep the scouting on these 3 for now. But there is going to be a scholarship handed out from Ecuador as Vicente Barrios. Looks very good at just 15 years of age. Will be getting a scholarship. And from Tonga, again, we can choose to be a little bit more selective as we've already got a really good academy. So we'll keep the scouting on these 5 for the time being. But academy, again, still looking pretty good. Most of the lads in here are under 16, so not able to be promoted. Sepulveda still looks fantastic. And the new lad, Vicente Barrios, looks like he could have some good potential as well. But anyway, jumping into our next game, away from home at the Emirates, taking on Mikel Arteta's side. In recent seasons, they've been up at the top, competing for titles. But this year, below us in 16th place and off to a really, really poor start. Our only win this season came against Manchester United. Can we pull off another huge scalp here against the Gunners? Come on, the Potters. Vincent does well down the left now. Gabriel Martinelli. The while goes across, doesn't get there. Still Martinelli, back to Mikel Merino. Boz gets up, but it'll drop for Saka. And that is not far away from the Englishman. Great effort as it drops out the sky. And it bobbles just wide of Bilal's post. 65 minutes in here, still deadlocked at 0-0. Not been the greatest of games. Oh, Linton. Oh, he just bottled it, and Robinson got there, swings the cross in, and Bilal does well to claim. Still deadlocked with around 20 to play, and the conditions haven't really helped. We might be destined for a bore draw here at the Emirates. Well, that's going to do it as well, guys. Pretty terrible game, I won't lie. Saka went closest in the first half, but that was really the only chance of note. A clean sheet for Bilal. He's not had many in the Premier League. And a decent result against an Arsenal side that have been stuttering to kick off the campaign. Well, moving on from that pretty swiftly. Our record this season is incredible. 1 win, 9 draws and 1 loss. 11 goals scored and 11 conceded. Crazy record. And a tough game coming up next as we welcome West Ham. Graham Potter's side currently sat in 4th place and having a really, really good start to the campaign. Expecting a tricky test here. Come on, the Potters. Yeah, I'm desperate to get that 2nd league win of the season. And of course, draws are subjective. Can either be a good point or 2 dropped. But I think when you're a newly promoted side, you've got to take any point you can get. And to be honest, draws are generally a pretty good result. As Kudus picks out Guilherme and Fulkrug. West Ham toying with me on the edge. Don't let him walk through. And he's put it wide. Big chance. Who's Guilherme? Somehow gets away from Boz. Oh, it's a pen. It's a penalty, and I've got to learn to just stand up in those situations, trying to fly in and make a block. But the AI so often just pass those to the side, and Fulkrug will have the chance against the penalty king, Bilal, who denies him. Terrible penalty, but he still had to go the right way and get something on it. And now Bay's giving it away. Guilherme. Forward for Kudus. Kudus back to Guilherme, and it doesn't matter. As West Ham take the lead just a few moments after the penalty save from Bilal. Henderson pinches it. No foul, says the ref. Bay. Bay. Bay! Oh, what a save! Bay did so well, and I thought he was going to rescue us once again. But he couldn't quite find the finish. Corner goes short to Kata. And Bay and Bassi fired into him. Bay to Boz. And Bay. And Taiwo. And Bay does rescue us. For the second time this season. A late equalising goal from the skipper. Honestly, this is one of the craziest seasons of career mode I've ever had. We're just drawing every single game. I'm trying my hardest to try and win, and I guess it's better than losing every game, but what's that, 10 now for the season from 12? That is ridiculous. And still waiting for our second league win, but we were close to our second defeat there before the skipper rescued us late on. Well, we'll do well to get anything out of this next game. Runaway league leaders Liverpool away at Anfield. Played 12, won 10, drawn 2 for Arne Slot's side. And top of the table by 6 points after just 12 games. They're absolutely flying, and we're going to have to be at our best to claim anything from this one. Come on, the Botters. Gone for Linton in the lineup today down this left-hand side just to give us that pace. And I tell you what, we could really do with a goal for Oskarsson today as well. Not scored since the hat-trick against Manchester United. I think that was match day 6. So, yes, it's been a tough run for the Iceman. As Salah finds Watkins and Gakpo. And that's no real surprise. Liverpool take the lead inside the opening 10 minutes. And I'm not sure today is going to be the day that the Iceman breaks his goal drought. Gakpo has Harry Darling right where he wants him. But it's a poor ball infield which Henderson picks off. And now Million. And Oskarsson ahead of him. And Oskarsson, tight angle, forces the save out of Mamardashvili. Didn't really have anything else on. Watkins finds Inacio. Back to Watkins. And now Szoboszlai into Gakpo. Watkins, is he onside? He was. Big save by Bilal on the closeout. Now Mo Salah, long way out. Tries his luck. Again, it's with Watkins. And Szoboszlai finds Salah. And he bends it just wide of the far post. Salah. Oh, what a ball. Watkins in for 2. Bilal comes and doesn't get there. And Ollie Watkins with a brilliant little dinked finish. But the pass from Salah was sublime. Bilal goes quickly with the throw, and Linton will pick it up. And look at the space for Adam. First Premier League appearance. First Premier League goal. Maybe I should have given him some more football because he's off the bench to score at Anfield. And with a few minutes to play, it's probably too little too late, but you just never know. Well, unfortunately, that is going to do it. Didn't have time to get the ball back and get it up the other end, but fair play to the big man, Adam, off the bench to score his first league goal of the season. And maybe I should give him a little bit more game time if he's going to be that clinical in front of goal. Liverpool, by far deserved winners, though. They are running away with it at the top of the table. And we fought hard, but yeah, as I say, Liverpool deserved winners. Well, as we head into December, we see us starting to slip down the table, now down to 15th, just 1 point above the relegation zone. But it's so tight and congested. at the bottom. Into December, so that means it's Youth Academy update. Let's see if anyone is making the cut this month. Well, we've been keeping the scouting on these three here, and I think Matthew Pratt, at just 15 years of age with that potential, is definitely now going to get a scholarship. We'll keep the scouting on these three for now, though. From Ecuador, I've rejected a few, but this lad, Roberto Pineda, looks absolutely fantastic. We'll keep the scouting for now, as this is only the first month, and we'll see how he looks in another 2 or 3 updates. And from Tonga, this lad at the top looks pretty decent, and Akoni Piri as well. First month of scouting, but he looks pretty decent. We'll keep the scouting on these 4 for the time being, and Academy, of course, looking at the same as last month. But anyway, jumping into our next game, I think we'll close out the episode with 3 games to kick off December. Away at the Saints to start, newly promoted and currently sat in 5th place, having a real fantastic start to the season, and Cameron Archer scoring goals for fun for the Saints as well. So really tricky game this. Come on, the Potters. Clark gets up above Edozie. Matthew finds Danjuma, starting from the right hand side, finds Xherdan Shaqiri, brilliant strike. Archer looks to get away from Bassi, but that's great defending. Kata finds Oscarson. I'd love to get him a goal today. There is Oscarson, and he gets his goal. And the Potters lead by 2. Oscarson breaks his goal drought. Oh, Matthew does brilliantly. Shaqiri. Danjuma ahead of him. Danjuma. Oscarson, it's 3. And the Iceman is back. Scored a hat-trick against United, I think on match day 6, and has not notched up since. And now he's got a brace here at St Mary's. What a first half performance from Stoke. Well, that's going to do it, guys. There is the whistle and all the damage done for Stoke City in the first half. A brace for the Iceman Oscarson. Xherdan Shaqiri was absolutely pulling the strings out there, and Calvin Bassi was rock solid at the back, keeping Cameron Archer quiet. Arguably our best performance of the season, maybe only behind the win against Manchester United, but that was some performance from the Potters. Well, that victory has moved us up to 12th, but we're still only 4 points above the relegation zone, but 6 points off the Champions League spots. The Premier League table is so congested this campaign, but a tough game up next. It'll be a West London double-header to close out the episode, taking on Chelsea at home at the Britannia before travelling to Craven Cottage to take on Fulham. We faced Maresca's side in the Cup quarter-finals last year on our way to the semis and defeated them on penalties after a 2-2 draw. I'll take another draw today, as we are the draw specialists. Come on, the Potters. Corner for Chelsea, swung into that near post, dangerous ball, it's loose, body's in the way, and a good clearing header, only as far as Cole Palmer, who's away from Bay, and Jackson finds Raheem Sterling, and Palmer brilliantly read by Lawal. Jackson into Sterling, and Bilal with a big save as Chelsea pile on the pressure at the end of that first half. We do manage to see it out, and we'll head into the break deadlocked at 0-0 in what's been a pretty quiet half so far. Uh-oh, trouble here. Trouble here. Nicholas Jackson, what a big save by Bilal. 10 to play as Linton goes into the book, but that's a big stop at the near post by the kid. Yep, that's going to do it as well, guys. Not a great game, but Bilal, the kid, made some really important saves, really at the end of each half, that managed to secure us the point. He's not had many clean sheets this season, but we'll take that one in what turns out to be a pretty respectable point. Didn't really ever look like scoring, but to be fair, we did a really solid job of keeping Chelsea quiet, and Calvin Bassi at the back was phenomenal once again. Well, no surprises after the game to see Bilal given the Man of the Match award. He was absolutely fantastic, but a bit of a surprising sour taste after the game as Harry Darling handing in a transfer request. He's been really solid next to Calvin Bassey this season. Those two striking up a really good partnership. And he's played 11 of our 15 games. Really strange transfer request, and one that's really frustrating as well. He's still got 2.5 years left on his deal, so I'm not in a rush to sell him, and we'll probably keep him until next summer. But really frustrating that. But we'll close out the episode here with Fulham away at Craven Cottage. They're having a really strong season themselves, currently sat in 3rd place and looking for Champions League qualification. Expecting a really tough game, but would love to end the episode by picking up our 3rd win of the season. Come on, the Potters. Oh, what a ball. Elanga into the middle, and Muniz finishes the move off. Rodrigo Muniz, who we were looking at in the summer before signing Oscarson, opens the scoring for the Cottagers, and it was a brilliant ball through to Elanga. Bay forward to Moran, back to Bay, lovely feet. Bay for the equalising goal. That's brilliant by the skipper, and I wish we would see that on a more consistent basis from him. Moran forward to Bay. Look at Boz out wide on the left. Brilliant run from the Aussie. And Boz all the way back to Henderson. It'll fall for Henderson again. And the keeper had to tip it behind for the corner. Bay goes short. Moran floats it in. Million gets it on the deck. And there is Oscarson, and it's over the top. I thought he was going to get something on that, but squeezed through to Andreas Pereira. Man in the middle is Muniz. Oh my goodness, that was close. Corner for Fulham. Last kick of the game. Jeremy Pino to float it in. Henderson gets his head on it, and that should be that. And there is the whistle at the Cottage. We should have known it would be another draw, and to be fair, probably a fair result. We didn't really create anything in the second half, and Fulham did have a couple of little half chances. As I say, probably a fair result, but against a high-flying Fulham side sat in 3rd place, that is a very credible point on the road. But guys, that is where we will leave it for today's episode. A crazy start to Season 3, as I say, with Stoke City drawing game after game. We're not losing many, but we can't convert any of these draws into victories. I hope you are enjoying the season though, guys, now up to the Premier League. We'll be back in the next episode as we head through to the January transfer window, where I'm not expecting much business, but you never know what's around the corner. I'll catch you for that very soon, guys. Take care, and